Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror.
We're about to go to HorrorHound. We're super excited. It's a little early, but that's okay. We love going to these conventions. They're so much fun. So
I still look half asleep because we left after our son's football game last night and we drove all the way down here.
We did.
So excited, you guys. This is day 2 of the convention, but day 1 for Sledgehammer Horror. So let's get to the convention. All right, guys. So something special that we're doing here at HorrorHound is a new segment that we're starting today. And it's a own personal versus of Ashley and I. So what we're going to be doing is tallying up the scores and see who wins on who people prefer. This is not who's scarier. This is not who would win in a fight. This is who do you prefer, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees? So I'm going to start with my man Connor here. Connor, who do you prefer, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees?
I prefer Jason Voorhees.
That's very disappointing.
Because I like the movies a little bit better, and I like to watch them, and I don't get bored of them easily, and I like the main characters a little bit more.
I just want to say, this is a fine young man right here. This young man is being raised right. All right, Jim, what about you?
I mean, I got them both on the arm, so I mean, this is kind of rough, but it started with Freddy, and then it went to Jason, so I got to give the edge to Jason.
That's very disappointing.
A little bit more cohesive movies. The storyline and the timeline makes a little bit more sense than the Halloween ones. Not that I don't love my Michael Myers, but I got to give it to Jason.
I just want to say this young man is also being raised right. So,
I tried.
Anthony, we're going for we need a clean sweep here. Jason or Michael?
All right. I mean, I kind of fall in the same category. All started for Freddy for me, but I'm a child of the 90s, and what was on USA Up All Night was Jason Voorhees.
That's very disappointing.
I mean, I love Jason Takes Manhattan. Just something about those Friday night movies as a kid was just so fun. And, you know, like I said, the stories were just so cohesive and you could always follow. And they were just, they're like the epitome of the Friday night slasher movie.
We will be editing out that Jason Takes Manhattan thing. We don't support that. But I just want to say, starting off the event, this has been an amazing start to our in-house versus. So we'll be checking out some more. We'll talk to you guys here in a little bit. All right, guys. So this is another in-house versus episode. So you guys all know Old Man Brad, great friend of the channel, and even better creator. So our in-house versus today, the subject is who do you prefer? Not who's scarier, not who would win in a fight.
Okay.
But who do you prefer, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Jason Voorhees.
That's very disappointing.
100%. I think he is the better slasher of them all. I just love the look. I love the mask. I love everything else. If we're going movies, it's Michael Myers and Halloween. But as the character, it's Jason Voorhees. 100%. 100% every time.
It's smelling like a clean sweep in here. I don't know what that is, but
even I'm
Ash was editing. I forgot to hit record, guys.
even though I'm wearing a Michael Myers shirt.
You zoomed in. And even better, guys, we're not cutting any of this. We're leaving this in. So, man, Brad, thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate you, man. All right, guys, we are back for our in-house versus episode. No one knows what the topic is. Now, I want to preface this. This is not who is scarier. This is not who would win in a fight. This is who do you prefer as a villain, Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees? Who is your pick?
Michael Myers by far, dude.
Unfortunate.
Michael
Come
Myers,
on.
man. Why not? He's immortal.
I know you guys can't see it, but Ashley is smiling ear to ear.
Hey, thumbs up on Michael Myers. Come on, man.
Well, at least Michael at least got a point, so he's doing better than he did against Busta Rhymes. So, Robin, thank you.
I cannot record this any longer. Okay, guys, I'm trying to redeem myself, and I feel like I need to stick up here. So I'm going to ask both of you, okay? We're doing a little versus, and this is on which villain you like more, okay? Michael or Jason?
Jason.
That's very disappointing.
Hands down.
Come on.
Jason.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Jason.
That's very disappointing.
Both of you are Jason?
Jason's my love. Friday 13th was the first franchise that I got into when I started becoming getting more involved in the horror. So he has my heart. I mean, Part 7, The New Blood. I have to.
Damn it. Okay, I need to find some Michael people around here.
I'm shocked that
I
that's
got
not the major
one. I got one. And Ken's back there dancing. You're supposed to hold it the right way. All right. I guess I still love you all.
All right, guys, you already know. We got Brandon from I Like Scary. We got Terry from Everything Terry. Great friends of the channel, great friends of Ken and Ashley Sledge. But we are doing our in-house versus today, guys. And the question is, and it's not who's scarier, it's not who would win in a fight, it's who do you prefer, Jason or Michael?
Michael.
Unfortunate.
All day.
Thank you.
Michael, absolutely. That's the GOAT. Michael Myers is the GOAT.
Michael Myers he's definitely the GOAT.
Unfortunate.
He the creepiest.
Jason is brutal. He's brutal for sure, but Michael, he's gonna keep, unless he gets the Halloween Ends treatment, he's gonna keep coming over and over and over. He's gonna keep
And then if you think about the music and the iconic scene, just like it's Michael all the way. You got to think about the Bob Kill and all that. Come on, man.
Yeah. Fuck you both. No, okay, man. But for real, thank you guys for being a part of this. You know that we love you both. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your time here.
Same, man.
All right, guys, we're here with Jerry, a great friend of the channel, great friend of Ken and Ashley as well, like I've said before. So what we're doing today, Jerry, is an on-location versus. And what we're doing, this isn't by who you think would be the winner. It's not by who you think is scarier. Who do you prefer, Jason Voorhees or Michael Myers?
Oh, my, that's a tough one. I would say Michael Myers.
Unfortunate.
I think
this interview's done.
You're a Jason guy.
I am a Jason guy.
I understand.
You got Ashley, though.
She's a Michael fan. Well, at least I'm on her side. She's got the camera. So
Right.
That's all that matters.
All right, so Michael's starting to make a storming comeback, guys. So we'll catch up with you here in a little bit and see where we're at.
Running around in the dark, I can't sleep with you one more time. Creates a little spark, and that line made me go so blind. You get so obsessive when I'm not near. I start confessing, your love is making me scared. You're a horror show. You're a horror show.
Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. Today we are here with Richard Harmon. As you can see here, we have Final Destination, Bloodlines, we have Trick or Treat. How does it feel for you being such a horror icon now?
Oh, is it at that stage now, horror icon? That's the biggest thing I could be. I love it.
When we got the first teaser trailer for Final Destination Bloodlines, I had so many people that said this guy is going to kill it in horror. Just because, you had such, and especially your role in Final Destination Bloodlines, you were a lovable asshole.
That's what I do well.
Because most people in Final Destination, you have those people that are just bad, that you want to lose, you want to fail.
Yeah.
And you were one of those people that when we first saw the trailer, that's our guy. That's the guy. But then you ended up being this lovable guy. So what's the reaction been for you for this?
It's been over the moon, honestly. I was hoping people would respond well to Eric, but I don't think I ever could have expected sort of the outpouring of love that I've had for Eric. And it brought so many new eyes to my career, which is I'm 24 years into the career at this point. And it's, it's rare to do something that gets that much attention. And it was pretty amazing.
So you're 24 years into the career, so you started at -2?
I was 10. Wildly enough, I'm 34. I've looked the same since I was 21.
Well, man, here at Sledgehammer Horror, the big thing we like to talk to people about is their first horror movie, the first horror movie you watched that got you into the horror genre. Do you remember what your first horror movie was?
Yeah, Scream.
What a way to start your horror world. And now, not only are you here, you're sitting right next to a Scream icon, Jasmin Savoy Brown.
I know. I haven't even said hello yet.
Nerves are still going, huh?
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for them to let me audition for one of the new ones at some point. I still haven't. Someone do it.
We're putting that out there into the universe.
I would love it.
Right now.
Yeah.
Well, man, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And I hope the convention is amazing for you.
It's been so good so far.
All right, guys, we are now here with the beautiful Isabelle Fuhrman. Isabelle, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing amazing, especially now. So my big question for you, when Orphan came out, it took the world by storm. And when we heard we were getting a prequel, everybody was kind of nervous, but you guys were able to do something with that prequel we never thought we were going to be able to see and still spin us for a loop. So what's it like to do a sequel that rivals a movie that is just as good as Orphan, that was such a staple in the horror community?
I mean, we set out to make a very different movie than the first movie, most likely because of the fact that so much time had passed since we had filmed the first one. And I love movies, I love horror films. I didn't want to make a movie that was trying to be a remake of the same film we had done. And I was just really lucky that when I read the script, I felt like everyone was on the same page. You know, I remember reading it in the first part of the movie. I was like, oh no, it's the same movie. And then when I got to that twist, I was like, oh, this is very, very cool. So I'm really fortunate that people came to see the second one. We're actually leaving to make a third movie very soon. And we have similar intentions. We want to make a really great movie for the fans of the franchise, for people who love Esther and love Lena Klammer, and we're really trying to make something original and different that's not like mimicking the same thing we've done before.
Something else we love about those movies is it's often the final girl, the girl in distress that comes into the end. We love a strong female villain, and you have become a strong female villain in the horror community. So that's something. Do you take a lot of pride in being the fact that you are not this the good one? You're the villain of these. You are one of our strong villains.
I like being Hannibal Lecter with pigtails. It's fun. I mean, who doesn't love that? And also, Esther is kind of one of the few iconic horror female villains. You know, everything from like the fact that you can dress up like her, that she's really kind of become this figure in staple in the horror community. It's really very special to be a part of it, and the fact that it started when I was 9 years old, and now all this time later, not to age myself, we're still being able to make movies because people want to see them. Makes me very happy. Yeah, and it's because of the fans. Truly, it is all because of you guys, like 100%.
One last question for you. At Sledgehammer Horror, the big thing we like to know is, what was your first horror movie? The first horror movie you watched that turned you into horror. What was your first horror movie?
I'm going to make a joke first, and then I'll say the actual one. I said that my first horror movie just earlier today was Bambi. Just because that was really horrific when I was a kid. But I would say the first horror movie that I watched was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. And I
Amazing choice.
Watched that after I booked Orphan. John McCollitt-Sarah, who directed the film, gave me a list of movies to watch, and that was the number one movie. And I remember just being so floored by it. And I think it was Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, All About Eve, Suspiria, and Dangerous Liaisons were like and Silence of the Lambs. So I watched all of those movies before making the first movie, and quite a great education and dive in for sure.
And especially for a young lady under the age of 10 to try to psychologically understand what happened to Baby Jane and Silence of the Lambs. So, Isabelle, I thank you so much for taking your time to spend time with us, and we are so excited for Orphan 3.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, guys.
All right, guys, we are back with the beautiful Jasmin Savoy Brown. Jasmin, how you doing today?
I'm great.
How's HorrorHound been treating you so far? We're at day 2 so far.
Lovely. I'm having a wonderful time. Horror fans are the best. Everyone is kind, welcoming. I'm having a lot of fun.
One thing I can say, and this isn't lip service, you guys have watched our videos, I've never said this on any video before, she is the nicest, sweetest person to her fans. There's no time limit. There's no sign and go. There's no picture and go. She is the sweetest person that takes her time and genuinely cares about the people that come around her, and it's an amazing thing to see. So, especially because you're a superstar. Yellow Jackets, the Scream franchise. You are in the hearts of horror fans everywhere. So, one question we always ask everybody on the channel is, do you remember what the first horror movie you watched?
I don't know if you could call it horror, but I remember the first movie I watched that scared me.
Yeah.
Was the remake of When a Stranger Calls.
Oh, it's totally horror.
I was so young. I also just had a big crush on her. You know, she had those huge eyebrows, and I loved them. Oh my God, I was babysitting at the time, so that made it even more scary. And then after seeing that, I was babysitting, and someone did call and then just hung up, and I freaked out. I had to call my best friend. I was like, you need to come over. I'm so scared. I loved that movie.
Well, kids, good luck doing this on your own now.
Yeah, exactly. Bye. Put yourself to bed.
Yeah. Well, again, I want to thank you. I hope you have an amazing rest of your time here. And genuinely watching you and the way that you are with your fans is inspiring, and it's amazing. So thank you for being the person that you are, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your time.
Thanks. I hope you do too.
no, I'll give you a hug.
Seriously, that was amazing. All right, guys, we are now here with the beautiful Kristen Connolly. Kristen, how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I am doing so well, and for all of you that watch Sledgehammer, you know how important this is because Dana starts all of our live episodes. So we were just talking to Fran, and we were talking about how Cabin in the Woods is still such a huge staple in the horror genre, and it's a movie that could logistically explain every horror movie that we've ever seen. So, you know, all these years later, what's it like knowing that you've created a staple in the horror genre?
I mean, I just feel very, very lucky to have been a part of it. You know, I knew that it was special when I read it. The whole process was a really just cool thing where I had a fake audition, and then I went in and I met Drew and Joss and Fran, and they gave me the last scene. And I remember Joss kind of saying to me, "It's like, this is the real end of the movie, so just I'm trusting you with this." And I'm like, okay. And just the whole thing, it was a very special experience for us to make it, and it just means so much to me that it resonates with people and that people love it still now.
We quote it all the time. Like I still to this day want to get one of those bongs. You know,
Yes,
no one's going to pull that guy over because he's too crazy. You know what I mean? So the big thing we do here at Sledgehammer Horror is your first horror movie. Do you remember what the first horror movie you ever watched was?
Probably Jaws. My dad loved that movie, and my mom loved that movie, and I remember very much like seeing it, and I think about it all the time, every time I go to the beach. So it really.
I don't think there's a time that you can go to the beach without someone around you doing the Jaws theme song.
Totally, yeah, and I mean, and the shot where it's like, you know,
Oh, yeah.
and like I think about that all the time. It's that one really it sticks with you.
I appreciate it so much, and I hope that you have an amazing rest of your convention.
Thank you
and
so much.
It was amazing to get to finally meet you.
It was so great to meet you too. I'm gonna have to check out the show. This is
Please do.
awesome.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. What is up, guys? So if you know Sledgehammer Horror, you know we are huge fans of the Cabin in the Woods. And we are here with Marty himself, Fran Kranz. Fran, how you doing today?
Good, I'm good. What do I got? Yeah, look, Cabin. There we go. Good work, zombie arm.
But it's amazing because I really feel like every horror movie ever could be logistically determined because of the Cabin in the Woods.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. I remember thinking that it was kind of this creation myth of all horror films, right?
Yes.
It was sort of this kind of origin story of where the genre comes from, or whatever, sort of this built-in kind of universe or architecture of like why we even have these things to watch. Yeah. That's a really like bizarre, cool meta element to it all. Yeah.
And I think what's cool about it too is this movie still holds up today because it has I don't want to say lamest, but like the most cliche title.
Yes.
And then you go into the movie and you're like, this is fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
What's it like for you guys for this movie to still be having the impact that it has now?
God, I mean, I don't know if it sounds sort of ridiculous or arrogant to be like, I'm not that surprised because when I read the script, I mean, I'm a horror film fan, so I guess I'm biased, but the script was kept secret, right? So I was auditioning for it without knowing really what it was, but I was working with Joss Whedon on Dollhouse, and I knew Drew Goddard from his work with that, and with Joss. So I knew these guys were going to be up to something very interesting,
Sure.
like yes, okay, they're making a horror film, and I remember Drew Goddard had come to the set of Dollhouse and was doing locations sort of scout and looking through photos of lakes, and one of them was where they filmed Friday the 13th, and I was like, oh, you got to go there, and he was kind of telling me about the movie. This is before I auditioned.
Yeah.
He was kind of telling me about we're looking for a cabin. So I kind of got the simplicity of the setup, but just never imagined it would just end there because of who these guys were. So anyway, but this long story short here, when I finally made it through the first, couple rounds of auditions and got the script, I was like, this is like the best movie I ever made. This is like the way it was. I mean, it's truly to this day, it's one of the best scripts I've ever read. So I thought if we don't screw it up, like if it's made like even 80-90% of sort of like how good the script is, it should be some kind of class. Like it really should. Yes. It felt that way, So it doesn't totally surprise me because I really do think it's sort of one of the great kind of. at least in terms of like actively trying to sort of subvert the genre and have
Yes.
fun, as opposed to just like downright horror and scary. Yeah, I think it's one of the better ones.
And it totally flips the cliche on its head that the stoner dies first.
Yeah. No, it's really well done that way. But it's funny. I guess that did fool me, because I do remember, like, reading, like when Marty died, when he died or whatever. I was disappointed. I really believed it, but I also I was like, it's still a great character.
Yeah.
It's still a great part. But I was kind of like, oh, that's too bad. He dies pretty early. So they did, even though I knew, like, and you're already meeting Bradley Whitford and Richard, like you already know there's something going on. I still didn't think he'd come back. Yeah. So, but I was already very happy. I was like, I really want this part. And then he fucking comes back, and I'm like, oh my God. I'll never get over it if I don't get this part. This is the greatest thing I've ever read. Yeah.
And I'm glad you did, because like I said, that's a huge movie that we're big fans of. And,
yeah, it's really good.
The big thing we do here at Sledgehammer Horror is your first horror movie. Do you remember what the first horror movie you ever watched was?
Oh, that I ever watched. Gosh, that's a good one. Well, so my dad was a big David Lynch fan.
Okay.
And Twin Peaks was on television, and I know it's not a film, but they were watching that, like, I think it was ABC. They were like watching that as it came out with us, and I would have been. It's really terrifying to think about. I was like 9 years old. That thing scarred me for life. Bob scarred me for life, and owls, and so that would really screwed me up. But I think there's something weird, like when you're kind of like traumatized by the genre. I think sometimes, like, some people, they want to go back to it,
right?
Kind of like,
chasing that high.
Yeah. So I do think, like, while it might have been, questionable parenting, sitting around as a family watching Twin Peaks, no, it sort of made me kind of really love the genre. Trying to think of film, I do remember watching with, like, my cousins the Large Marge scene.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, and pretending I had to go to the bathroom when it was coming up, because I'd already sort of seen it. I was like, I gotta go, and everybody knew. Like, everybody's like, So anyway, but I'm trying to think of a good. In college, we would do Friday the 13th marathons. Yeah.
The best slasher.
Yeah, really great. I mean, the Corey Feldman, I think it's 4 or 3. 4, yeah. I think that movie's, like, actually good, but I do love them all.
Me too.
Yeah.
So, Fran, thank you so much for your time.
Man.
I hope you have an amazing rest of your time here at the convention.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
All right, guys, we are here with the beautiful Madeleine McGraw. Madeleine, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
It's amazing to have you back on the show again. So since we talked last, things have just been going amazing. Whether it was The Harbinger, the upcoming Black Phone 2, obviously spoiler free, because we don't want any of that out in the world. What was your experience like on the set of Black Phone 2 in comparison to the first one?
Literally, I had so much fun. I got to do so many things that I've never gotten to do before. I feel like I learned so much on that project, and I'm very proud of all the work that everyone put into it, so I can't wait for everyone to see it.
It's our most anticipated for the rest of the year.
Yes.
So we're very, very excited for that one. And, watching your career blossom and watching you go from the young lady we've seen kicking the shit out of some boys in the Black Phone to who you are now, it's an incredible thing as parents and as fans. So one last question. We always like to ask people if they remember what the first horror movie they watched was. Do you remember what your first horror movie was?
I'm pretty sure it was It, not the original, like the newer ones.
Yeah.
I'm almost positive that's what it was, because I remember I wasn't really supposed to be watching it, and one of my best friends showed me it, and then when my mom got home, she was like, what did you watch? I was like, It. And she was like, okay,
Yep.
okay, I see how it is now. Yeah, so that was kind of like my introduction to horror, I guess.
We'll be blocking that phone number in the future, so you will not be going back there again.
Very true.
So again, I want to say thank you. And again, watching your career blossom and watching it continue to go up is seriously, genuinely amazing. And I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you have for us in the future.
Thank you. Looking forward to talking to you again in the future.
Sounds good to me. All right, guys, the other star of Megan 2.0, and someone we've been a big fan of from Dr. Sleep, The Haunting of Hill House, the beautiful Violet McGraw. Violet, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing a lot better now, getting to hang out with all of you guys. So, being such a young age and having all these amazing horror titles under your belt, what's that feel like for you?
It just makes me really grateful that I get to be a part of this industry because, like I was saying a little bit earlier, you can never predict what's going to happen in your career, and you can never be like on set in the middle of filming something and be like, oh, this is going to go viral. So I'm just really grateful that they did, and it's amazing. It's been an amazing journey so far.
And I gotta say it, and anybody that watches Sledgehammer Horror knows this. My favorite horror sequel of all time is Doctor Sleep, and that's not lip service. I've said it 1,000 times. I think that movie, what makes it so incredible is the fact that if you've never seen The Shining, Doctor Sleep can still make sense to you and still be a great. You've never seen The Shining
or Doctor Sleep.
Oh, you got
it's dark.
It is
very,
very dark.
Ready yet. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit.
Oh, the baseball boy is terrifying. I'll tell you that.
I've heard about that as well.
So before I let you go, because I know you have a lot of people that are very excited to meet you, we like to ask people, do you remember what the first horror movie you watched was? Do you remember what the first horror movie you ever watched was?
Well, for TV show, I definitely watched Haunting Hill House, but I think movie was the first It. Not like the original one, but the first It before It. Yeah, exactly. It was a good one. That's like also what made me fall in love with horror because it was like funny but scary, and that's like my favorite kind of genre. So I think It.
That's a perfect answer. So thank you so much, Violet, for your time, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your convention.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right, guys, we have gotten to see Amy a couple different times, the body of Megan, and now we have the beautiful Jenna Davis, the voice of Megan. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. So excited to be here. Everyone's been so lovely, and it's been a busy day, but awesome.
And day 2 of HorrorHound, how's the convention been treating you so far?
It's been so much fun. It is massive. I didn't realize how massive it is. I mean, there's multiple stories, multiple rooms. It feels kind of like a maze in that way. I get a little bit lost sometimes.
So, you being in the horror genre now with Megan 2, and then obviously Lisa Frankenstein, one of my wife's favorite movies. You guys are absolutely dominating right now. What's that feel like to you to be such a dominant force in horror right now?
Oh, wow. Thank you so much. That's very kind. I think I'm just grateful to do what I love, and I think it was... With Megan, it was all very unexpected, and I never knew that it would blow up in the way that it did, and it's very surreal. And I think for Megan to be labeled as like a horror icon is bizarre. And I mean, there's so many amazing villains out there that have been across the horror genre. So for Megan to even like fit in that caliber is really an honor.
And I think it's amazing because Megan is the combination of you and Amy.
Yes.
And without one, the other just does not work. And you two are the perfect combination.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for taking time. But before I let you go, we always ask one final question.
Sure.
We like to talk to people about the first horror movie they watched and what it meant to them. Do you remember what your first horror movie was?
So ironically, I think Megan was probably my first horror film.
Really?
I was always very terrified because I didn't really know how the behind the scenes worked. But now that I know how it works, I'm a lot more comfortable, and I definitely opened my eyes to a lot more. The second film, actually maybe the first film I watched was The Black Phone.
Nice.
I think that was the first one I watched, now recalling back, because I wanted to get familiar with some other Universal Blumhouse movies.
Yeah.
So.
And that's a good way to start because it
Yes.
is very dark, very scary,
Very
but still
terrifying.
light enough to where, you can still
It's a
have
good
fun
start.
with it.
Yeah.
So again, Jen, I want to say thank you so much for your time, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your convention.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
All right, guys, I am back with the beautiful Alison Lohman. Alison, how you doing today?
Very good.
It's amazing to see you. And Drag Me to Hell is one of these movies that is still so influential when we talk about the saddest and darkest horror movie endings of all time. What's it feel like for you to have been a part of that?
Well, I didn't want to die, number one. But yeah, no, it was, I don't think she should have had that happen to her.
Yeah.
She tried really hard to survive. I guess I'm giving it away right now, but yeah, I mean, I think everybody knows that she was dragged to hell.
And to this day, when you see her doing the help me and her face,
Yeah.
like it's one of those moments where you're like, there's no way this is really happening.
I know. No, it's true. It's so Sam too,
Oh,
and his
yeah.
brother. Yeah, so it's just the way he had to make that happen.
Right. And here at the channel at Sledgehammer Horror, the big thing we like to do is talk to people about the first horror movie they watched and what got them started in horror. Do you remember what your first horror movie was?
So my very first, and I don't even think I was like never wanting to watch another horror movie after it, was Poltergeist.
Yes.
And yeah, and I watched it pretty young. I mean, I was like, I think 10, like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
And that had a pretty big impact on me. Yeah, so I'll never forget that one.
And the fact that, two things. One, still to this day, probably the scariest PG movie of all time. And two, you're a young lady watching Heather O'Rourke, who's also a young lady. You have a main character you can identify with, that you share the same type of feelings with. So I think that's really important, too, when we remember in our annals of horror history. So,
Totally. That's a good point.
yeah, I do want to thank you one more time for doing this.
Sure.
It's really amazing to get to meet you. It's been a long
thank
time
you.
coming, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your convention.
You too. Thanks.
Guys, we had such an amazing time at HorrorHound this weekend.
Yeah, it was great. We got to meet up with some really great friends. We got to see some awesome cosplayers. All the celebrities were awesome. We just had a great time.
For the people we didn't get the chance to meet because we had to leave so early on Sunday, we're very sorry. That was not our intention. We love you all, and we wanted to be able to spend time with you guys. And if you haven't visited your local convention or traveled for a convention, we strongly recommend you do so.
Yes, it's definitely worth it. Just the community, just being around the horror community in itself is just amazing.
Right. So we appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.